An ancient terror sleeps in the Vargas house. Can anyone survive its awakening? The evil.
We're not going to get out!
They can scream, they can run, but they can't escape. Richard Crenna, Joanna Pettit, Victor Buono, The Evil, rated R.
On this island, in this building, through this door, lies the most frightening experience of your life. Prepare yourself for They Came From Within. They Came From Within. If this picture doesn't make you scream and squirm, you'd better see a psychiatrist. Quick, rated R. If you think you're not afraid of the dark. If you think you have a strong stomach. If you feel nothing can shock you. If you believe you've seen everything. If you say you don't scare easily, then the picture for you is They Came From Within, rated R.
Let's scare Jessica to death. The screen has captured cold, deadly horror before, but this time it's all turned loose in your direction.
Leave me! Will you be quiet? I'll hear you!
Let's scare Jessica to death.
No!
From Paramount Pictures, rated GP.
Beyond the door, the seeds of Satan have been planted.
No doctor can possibly explain her pregnancy.
Now the struggle must begin. For the demons of darkness have come to claim one of their own.
Help me.
Enter if you dare. Beyond the door, rated R.
Sometimes I can read people's minds.
The Night Child. One day, an innocent little girl. One night, something else. Beyond the darkness. Beyond the devil. The Night Child. Rated R.
This was Abby. Until something evil came looking for a soul to possess.
Hear me, demon. Leave this woman's body.
All right, with that, we are live. This is Calm to Hell Down and what I've watched in June. I have a lot of shit to show off over the last few months. I hope we're all having a great evening. And yeah, and you're right there, Mr. Guy, aka Caveman Movies and More. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm almost at 300. I really appreciate it. This is Black Glove Reviews. I am Chris C., joined by, of course, my partner in crime here, Agoraphobe, aka the G to the dot to the A to the dot to the P. Also, with his new channel, Mnet, which I put in the info bar. Definitely check that out. How you doing tonight?
Great, man. Great. Got a few things to show off myself. So, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about a little bit about your new channel there, Keith. You just dropped a video in, and you just dropped your new info. Your new intro to that. Just talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's just I got together. It's me and three other guys. We're Zach, Ty, and a dude named Minotaur. He goes by Minotaur, and he's a guitar player. Basically, we got some good interviews lined up. We got countdowns and rankings. I'm going to be doing some solo vids where I show off my vinyl collection and just do some discussions and do some actual vids on some of the heavy metal and hard rock history. So it's basically a hard rock and a heavy metal channel that I've been wanting to kick off for a while. They were starting to do it. They asked me to be a part of it, so there we go. And we just put out the in the passing of Ozzy. We just did the top 10, each of our top 10 favorite Black Sabbath songs of all time, and we got a new ranking coming out next week.
I'll touch on that. Just a quick shout out, of course, to the passing of a rock god. Literally, there's few people in the industry of music that can change things. Black Sabbath to me is what the equivalent was to Nirvana in the 90s, when you had the big hair band, and then all of a sudden here comes this dude called Kurt Cobain and all these other guys like with their wet hair, and you're like, what? But then you have the British Invasion, you have the Beatles, and you have the Rolling Stones, which I like a little more than the Beatles. Rolling Stones are fucking great. I saw them in concert when I was a kid. And then the 70s, you had this group called Black Sabbath. What is this that stands before me? Sweet Leaf, flipping Planet Caravan. Like, I was introduced to that song after he died. That's totally different than anything I've heard. Of course, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. You just have these great albums and stuff like that. Changes that can bring you to tears. It's a great stuff. I have two of their greatest hits album. I got one at Wally World probably a few months ago and stuff like that. It's their greatest hits, but it can be, like I say, you all have your greatest hits albums and stuff like that too. Of course, Ozzy, I have a bunch of greatest hits albums from him. I have a few CDs of his live albums and stuff like that. One song that comes in particularly nobody talks about is Bloodbath in Paradise, which is about the Manson murders. He only did that live. Literally. I forget what albums. You could probably look it up on YouTube. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. And I don't want to change the world. He's a good singer, man. Over the Mountain was probably the first metal song I ever heard from him, to believe it or not. I knew about Black Sabbath, but then, my rock station over here, radio station in the Bay Area, 107.7 The Bone, dude, they put that on, and KKIQ, which is a regular rock music station just with mainstream stuff, Shot in the Dark, they would play on there, because it's a slow song. And there's something about Shot in the Dark, Fire in the Sky, Perry Mason, which I'm a huge fan of. When I got Osmosis, man, I put it in my parents' stereo and I blazed that sucker because they had big speakers. It's one of the greatest opening riffs you will ever hear. It is so good. So rest in peace to really a dude that was part of my childhood. Of course, he's the Prince of Darkness. He did stuff for World of Warcraft, man. He did commercials for that. Hi, I'm Ozzy Osbourne. I'm the effing Prince of Darkness. He plays a warlock, the warlock class. So it's very good. So basically, Calm the Hell Down is, you all know what it is. My show off of what I've recently picked up. This is a few months time, so I'm going to show some stuff off here, some stuff I just recently got into that I got in today. I'm going to get those in a minute. A quick little rant a little bit. Some of the bigger YouTubers on here in this horror community can be disappointing. So I'm not going to call out anybody. I'm just saying. I put his info in the info bar, Blockbuster box sets. He's a very cool dude. He does custom slips for films. He does custom boxes for films. He's done videos on how to do them and stuff like that. Well, some certain people are a little bit irked about that, where, it's like, well, what? And people seem to like to do controversy so they can get views, like, oh, I don't know, ripping slips up. That's all I'm going to say about that. And a couple of his slips were ripped up. Well, because of this WB controversy and stuff like that, he was told, I'm guessing, I don't know the details, to not do that box or whatever like that, where I'm like going, he should be able to do whatever the hell he wants, as long as you don't put, the thing is, they showed his custom boxes has the studio label on them of what it is. And that one of them being Warner Brothers. You don't do that, you're fine. He understands that. He's a very cool dude, a very humble guy. Just leave these people alone, man. This is I know, I understand every community can be a little toxic wise, I get it, but we're all horror fans and we're all psychopathic pieces of shit anyway. So just wanted to get that out of the way. His link is in the info bar as well. Also, Pop's Movie Dungeon. I'll always put his link in the info bar. Very cool. He has a store, an eBay store. He's selling up some of his stuff. He's going through the stuff that he really doesn't want. You know what I mean? So he used to be a huge collector of Scream Factory, but he's watched some of those films. He's like, no. So one of them I got from his store a few months ago is This awesome one that I heard about it from AV Pop Culture, Chase. He's a big dude too from Texas. That's Straw Dogs with Dustin Hoffman. And was it Melissa George? I think, or Susan George. Yeah. And yeah, Chase mentioned the film like this and stuff like that is, they don't make them like this anymore. They don't. So there is a remake of this one and something to add to the Criterion collection. I like Criterion a lot. They do films like this and you're like, yeah. So it's pretty good. I just wanted to show that film off real quick. Huge thank you to you, Pops. He has good prices over there. I think he has the link to his eBay store in his channel. Definitely check that out, man. Give my man Alan some love there if you could, please. Very cool dude too, man. His setup is flipping great in his house, in his room, definitely just like yours there, Keith. So pretty good. Keith, I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and start there. Show us some of the stuff that you picked up recently.
Well, let me see. Let's start with here. I guess I'll start with I finally got it on 4K. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched 4K anyway. It's Friday for Deep Part 2, and it's got the slip. I got a really good price on it.
Oh yeah, the UK one. Yeah.
So yeah, So I'm looking forward to checking it out in 4K. They say it's a great transfer. So.
Yeah, I had part of that as part of the Paramount Scares Volume 2, which that's a nice set. Hand it to Paramount, man. They know what they're doing. They just need to pay attention to what these other studios are doing with their franchises. You can say, well, it's a rights issue. No, they settled that. You give me a 4K of and add the uncut version of Friday the 13th Part 7. You can do what you did with My Bloody Valentine with that DVD that you and I talked about. You can splice that VHS footage in there. People wouldn't care.
Right.
You get to see Jason like pop a dude's flipping, crush a dude's skull in the worst, greatest way ever. So yeah, definitely. That's a good one, Keith. What else you got?
I went to Orbit and got some pretty good deals here. This is John Rowland's. This is a media book, and it's John Rowland's Demoniacs.
Oh.
And I'm a big fan of these vampires / I hate them when this turns like that. I'm a big fan of him and Jess Franco. I kind of like this sexual vampire type horror shit. This is number 3 on the John Rowland collection.
Very nice.
Media book, yeah.
I agree with you on Jess Franco. I've only seen one film of his, and that's Bloody Moon. I flipping love Bloody Moon. I think that's probably his best.
Right. Yeah. That's his slasher. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a slasher.
So yeah.
Video nasty. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Do you want me to go ahead and show some mine off, or do you want to do?
Yeah, just go. Do 2 more. We'll do them like increments of 5 wise. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and do this then. I told everybody that I was going to get both of them, and I wasn't bullshitting.
Oh, very nice. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I was tempted, but I didn't bite the bullet because I have the 4K from Blue Underground, which that's a good transfer. Just don't slip on that. That's a nice addition. That's a big one.
I've got that one too. But and with the zombies. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna do a video on all my different copies of Zombie. I got like 9 of them.
That's a big one. See, yeah, I wish they would have done that chunky box like that with Don't Torture a Duckling. They chose not to. That's up there for my release of the year, by the way, everybody. It's the year of Fulci, definitely.
And on the inside, this is just regular limited edition. With it, you got here's what looks like on the inside
side loader. Oh, I love it when they do that. See, yeah, you do that with a booklet, dude. I love it when Arrow does that.
And then you got the book here.
Oh, yeah.
And then here is the poster. It's got the classic, and I love how it's got the classic.
A Zombie 2 on it. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's a great picture too, dude. That's great artwork. Does it say who did that artwork for that? They should. You think they would, but
it probably says somewhere through. I haven't really got a chance to look at it yet. I don't know if they signed it in here or whatever.
Yeah,
it's written down there, but
no, that's very cool.
I'll probably just look on here. Oh, and on the inside of it, of course, you can't forget to show these. Is the cards. So you got poster and cards.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. That's a great shot too.
Oh yeah, that's gruesome. I love that. That's of course after the famous eye scene. There's the fat zombie.
Right, the bloated one. Yeah.
And then of course,
Yeah, conquistadors raising up from the dead. Yeah. That's why I like it. It's the more voodoo aspect, the more white zombie aspect. It's like,
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a beautiful addition. Ooh, that could be up there for release of the year. Damn. Yeah, Arrow's killing it this year.
That's the that is the regular limited edition. Of course, this is the Arrow Store edition.
Oh.
Which has got the classic zombie flesh eaters. The UK, because it was Zombie 2 in Italy, Zombie here, and Zombie Flesh Eaters in Europe.
That's what Stephen Thrower. That's the picture on Stephen Thrower's book on Fulci. That might be worth getting, even though I think it's unavailable for Amazon, but it may be worth getting for the price I want. Very good, Keith. Yeah. All right, perfect.
Okay, I'll go ahead and transfer. I haven't seen that transfer yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be checking it out here soon.
Oh yeah, they usually do.
I got yesterday or the day before.
They usually are more hit than miss. Okay, I'll just I can do 4 here, like real quick. Just some stuff, some basic kind of blue releases, you can say, studio stuff. One from a company that no longer exists for anime, and that's Funimation. I'm talking about, I just got these in today, so we're talking about Robotech. So this is the first season of Robotech. This is the Macross Saga. I watched this as a kid. This is nostalgia. I famously said that this is better than Star Wars as a whole. It is better than Star Wars as a whole. There's this one. And then there's this one, the Master Saga, that takes place a few years after the events of this series. These are 2 different Japanese animated series they showed in the 80s. The very late, great Carl Macek brought anime here to the West in the 80s. I mean, Astro Boy was over here. Technoman was over here. If you know who Technoman is, check your references. 8-Man, all this other stuff too. He took 3 Japanese anime shows and spliced them all together. The TV network wanted 40 or something like that syndication. He gave them, there's like a total of like 85. It's a great saga. It's very good. There is, of course, Robotech 2, The Sentinels, which was funded by Japan. Of course, the yen crashed like it always does. And it was it's been a cursed franchise ever since. They continued on this saga in books. There's book forms of this. One of the books being The End of the Circle, which they could do into a sci-fi epic film. It's that good. But it is what it is. But yeah, if you're in nostalgia, like Voltron type stuff and whatever like that, the opening to this is terrific. So, great stuff. But yeah, there's those pickups that the nerd that I am of that. Video Man Gizmo has like a box set of those Blu-rays and stuff. That was a special edition. I did not jump on that when I had the chance. So there's those 2. Next up, I'm surprised there isn't a 4K out of this yet. This is Warner Brothers, so they may be paying attention. That's Falling Down with Michael Douglas. This got dirt cheap. This is like $10 on Amazon. Yeah. If you haven't seen this, it's like they always F you on the drive-thru, the scene in the flipping McDonald's like restaurant. It's all about the scene out there in the freeway with the kid, where he's pointing at the kid. He says, "You see what they're doing? They get paid to do shit. They get paid to sit there and do nothing." It's a great film. The ending is horrific, but this is I don't like shouting him out a lot, but the Critical Drinker said this is a reflection on what we've become as a society. This is what happens when you do go outside. So yeah. So Falling Down. So
exactly.
My man, Mr. Milwaukee too, I think showed this one off too. Johnny's Boutique label showed that one off. One of the streams that he did. Next up, the 4K Once Upon a Time in Hollywood from, of course, Quentin Tarantino. A lot of people reference this as being a better version of Maxine, basically. They say, just don't watch Maxine. You watch this one right here. Of course, you have like Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. Then you had Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate. So I can't wait. I haven't seen this one yet. So I haven't watched this Tarantino. There's a few Tarantinos I haven't watched. Of course, I have the Pulp Fiction 4K. I have a Reservoir Dogs. I haven't seen that either. So there's a lot of stuff I need to kind of check out. That's why I love this community. But yeah, and this was cheap. This is on sales like less than $20 for this 4K. Hey, what's going on, Corey? Corey Wilkie's movies and music just got to 500. Huge grats to him. You deserve it, my man. Just keep. So I mean, just do what you do. You know, this is all in fun and stuff like that too. I can say, "Oh, follow your dreams" and all that stuff. Just be you. Just be yourself, and good things eventually happen and stuff like that. And haters are gonna hate. So,
yeah, hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead there, Keith. Show what else you got.
Congratulations on the 500, man.
Yeah.
My son, my youngest son, got this for me as a late birthday present. This is the 4K bundle package for Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, those are nice looking. The sides for those are great. Yeah,
and loaded with shit, and then of course with the two, with the bundle, which I love to get also, is the newly commissioned artwork.
They added newer special features onto that too. Those come with the that's Slippy's baby. That's Felcher's baby. Those docs. Yeah.
Oh, it's got a bunch. It's actually got a bunch of new shit on here, man. I still think that she should join a convention, man. I think she'd make a killing.
She doesn't want to do it. Yeah.
She would take everybody's shit. She would have a line around the place if she did.
Yeah, she would have. It seems like a very nice lady and stuff like that. Looks like she's having a blast on set doing that shit.
Yeah, but
if you don't know, she's the sister of the boss, Bruce Lee. She's designed a couple of his album covers before. So
really, that's something that I didn't know. Hell yeah, she's multi-talented. Because she's really entertaining and funny in both of them.
She's in what? She was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I believe so. Yeah, was one of the cheerleaders.
Actually, the two cheerleaders. One was her, and the other one was Kelly Maroney. That was in Night of the Comet. And
Night of the Comet. Yeah, very good film.
And also Chopping Mall. I do believe she's in there too.
Yes, with Linnea Quigley.
So yeah, that's the two cheerleaders.
Yeah,
it's such a bummer, really. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Fast Times is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I probably still got a couple things left. So I mean, if you want to go ahead, and I'll jump in here in a little bit.
Okay, cool, perfect. So I'll just show those two off. Yeah, the two sleepaway camps here. I had to get these. I pre-ordered these, and I have the basic blues from Sandpiper Pictures. That's why you just get these in 4K, because the rights to the Blu-ray are with Sandpiper Pictures, and those are good transfers. But I got this one for the special features. I mean, look at this. That's what's in the back. That's what you got. You got tons of special features like this. And
have you seen the transfer on it yet?
I have not, but I will soon and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a double dip, and these are highly rewatchable films. Me and Darren did our Slasher Stream 10 on the Sleepaway Camp, trilogy of films. You can't beat these at all.
Right.
It's top tier to me for the time that they came out. Stuff was changing. So, hey, what's going on there, Russ? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good evening, my friend. But these two together, I like that. I like that they're different colors and stuff like that. And it shows the original, wording. You know what I mean? So they're so different, and they so separate themselves. This could be up there for my release of the year. It's been, who says physical media is dead? Woke is dead, but this is not. Of course, I haven't taken them out yet, but yeah. Came with, I got the same bundle you did, Keith. So, comes with the slips in there. There's the one from the other one from the back of that. And then, of course, I just don't open it, but,
Yeah, I got that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bundle wasn't bad price considering everything, man. Really.
No, it's a good. It's worth it and stuff like that. They get what we have. I'll show up the rest of the stuff I got in a Shout Factory sale. Basically, you can say like, you know, they have their sales almost all the time, even going out of print ones. Talk about this one here too. I remember seeing a trailer for it. I've watched channels talk about like slashers that like have been under the radar for the longest time. Of course, that's Killer Party. I've heard this one's. I've seen the trailer for this one. This one looks hilariously good. Scream before Scream. Definitely. So
yeah, I got the. I think it's the DVD of that. Yeah.
Now, there was a DVD out of that and stuff like that. That DVD's out of print, but yeah, very good. Writer Barry Cohen. Yeah, it's like Barry Cohen, very good in the film space. The Legend of Hell House. There's another one. Like I say, watch these channels, man, and they talk about it. It's like, so this has let's see, Legend of Hell House. Yeah, Pamela Franken, Roddy McDowall. Yeah, Clive Revel and Gail Huncutt is. And this is based off the novel by Masterson, which I have that book. I have The Legend of Hell House. So this looks to be a trippy, almost Hammer-like haunted house story and stuff like that too. So I love the cover for that one too. Yeah,
I got that. It's actually pretty good. I remember my mom was a big fan of that, so I remember seeing that 30, 40 years ago. Oh yeah,
that'll be a future. A lot of these, all these that you're probably seeing will be a future witching hour, definitely. So
it's a little ahead of its time, and if you've seen The Entity, you can kind of see a couple of parallels in it.
Yeah, I have The Entity. Yeah, that's based off a true story.
Yeah.
This next one, warning, vividly depicts axe murders. That's Joan Crawford in Straight Jacket. So I had to pick this up because this got dirt cheap, and I'm like $10. I'm like, Joan Crawford, how about that? So I remember seeing the trailer to this one, and I was hooked when I saw the trailer. I'm like, dang,
it's got a good.
Look at how beautiful she is. Her and Betty Davis, boy, I tell you what. Too bad they couldn't be friendly with each other.
Yeah, that's got a nice little twist to it too. That works pretty good.
And of course, and this is, I think, still available on. Vinegar Syndrome recently released this one too. This is on Pop's store as well, but that's Let's Scare Jessica to Death. Vinegar Syndrome, I heard, released a nice 4K and stuff like that. I like the trailer to this one. It's horror, but it's more psychological thriller type of thing. Like seeing the trailer, she's batshit crazy. Like, so.
I've still never seen it. I never seen that for some reason. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's Scare Jessica to Death. All right, that's all my pickups from Scream Factory. Go ahead and just finish off what you got there, Keith, and I'll continue. I'm almost there.
A couple of things I got from Orbit was I picked this up finally. I got another couple of editions of it, but I wanted to get the second sight of House of the Devil.
Oh yeah, great film.
I love Second Sight, and I love to try to get all their shit. Yeah, those just came like 2 days ago, or like yesterday, and also this for Evil when Evil Lurks. I checked this out.
Oh yeah, that's my horror of the year.
With Karen on her channel here about a month or so ago, and
nice.
It's the first time she'd ever seen it. So yeah, and I love that, and just like with all of Second Sight for the editions, you're gonna get all this. This one you get a real heavy, you get like the digibook type thing. But with this you get a book. This is more like an actual book. Check how thick this fucking book is, man.
Yeah.
This is the most unique possession film I think I've ever seen. I love the
I have to admit it's the most unique I've ever seen. It's almost like you take a film that I think everyone should check out called Day of the Beast, and you kind of twist it up a little bit because there is a little bit of comedy in there. specifically with the one bloated dude and stuff like that. The really bloated man, it's just disgusting. And like,
the part that messed me up, man, is when the woman's walking down the road, you know, with the kid, and then they wouldn't do that in America these days. It shows that it was Spanish, because the foreign filmmakers can still do that.
Oh yeah, dude. They don't give two.
They can't do that.
Yeah,
not when it comes to a kid. They still do
flipping metal music at the end, like flipping the one scene, like you say, on that cover there with the dog. You know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen, but it's just the way the dog does it. Just think of a dog playing with the chew toy. You know, that's all you have to do.
About a year and a half ago, first time I ever seen that, I was like, damn. That movie goes there. It really does, and I love that.
It goes there. Specifically, the ending. I'm like, whoa, great film.
One more thing,
gives you nightmares.
Finally got here. I had pre-ordered it when it popped up on the last big debut that Vinegar Syndrome had. I did get Zombie 2 graphic novels here.
Oh yeah.
Ago. So they'll be coming later, and I got what they call the Psycho something or other edition, which is all the bells and whistles. And I did the same thing with New York Ripper on the.
They changed up. That company changed it up a little bit, but it's still a nice, beautiful edition. Captain Horror, aka Hangman, got that one too, and he showed that off. Very nice.
Yeah. It's got everything. It's got a book and a couple other things with it. Also, this is limited to 500. This is limited to 1,000. So yeah,
that one's sick. I like the other one where it shows the duck there with the face in it and stuff like that. Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah.
Like an actual movie poster, right? Yeah. Like literally, you know.
All these that they put out now, and they're going to be going into a thing called I do believe it's in October, November. It's going to be called Beyond the House by the Cemetery.
So Beyond the House by the Cemetery. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's great stuff that they're doing.
Beyond House by the Cemetery is what it's going to be called. Yeah.
I have a shitload of graphic novels. I was so tempted to get those. I was tempted to get the zombie version of that and the Maniac and Maniac 2 ones. I'd be so interested in Maniac 2.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, look at that edition. That is sick. Yeah.
It's zombie, man. I have to.
Yeah, you have to, man. All for the love. You got to agree.
But that pretty much takes up what I've gotten as far as that kind of stuff goes over about the last, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks probably.
Excellent. Very good, Keith. Yeah, great pickups. All right, then I will. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So one I picked up on Amazon when it got cheap enough. Aaron Prin from Cult of Cinema mentioned this at a Versus boutique label stream and stuff like that too. That's Popcorn from Synapse. This got down to like, I think Amazon I got for like $20. It may be cheaper than that. I've heard great things about this film, and it takes place in a movie theater, and I like slashers like that. So, what's your thoughts on this film, Keith? Yeah.
I haven't talked to Aaron in forever, man. He's one of the people that made me want to start a channel to begin with.
He is very cool. He's very nice too. Yeah, he has.
I was watching him long before I started the channel.
Lives in Morocco, I think.
Yeah, him and his I think his wife's like a nurse or something.
Yeah,
and they moved from here in the United States probably about 3 or 4 years ago. But I remember when he used to have his collection down in his basement in his house he had in, I think, Canada, and then he moved from Canada over there. So yeah. Popcorn I probably haven't seen in 25 years, but it's a good fun one. It's one that isn't talked about as much as it definitely not as much as it should be. Kind of like to me, I don't know. It's kind of got that I don't know. It feels like something to me that's a little newer, like the last 20 years or so. I can't quite place it though, but it reminds me of something. But Popcorn.
Yeah, very good. These were pre-orders, and I finally got them after delay after delay after delay, and that's these two right here. So we have Jason Goes to Hell, which I heard is a good transfer. Then you have this one, Jason X, which I heard doesn't have a good transfer. What can you do because of the time that it was made and the special effects? I understand it. yeah, you know, this is my favorite franchise. These aren't the best films, but they're still fun to watch, you know.
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell has grown on me quite a bit and stuff like that. Jason X has grown on me quite a bit because it's just tropey, hilariously dumb. And it's just, it is what it's supposed to be. It is what it's supposed to be, you know, and stuff like that. They could have done more on this. There were comics that take place with him in space and stuff, doing more stuff. There were comics that were done back in the day when these films were coming out and stuff like that. Those are like totally gone and stuff like that and hard to find. But finally got these in after probably about a month delay and stuff like that. You know, they're up in the pre-order and they ran out. So whoops. So got these bad boys and hey, they all match. And we got Freddy versus Jason coming. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Is Arrow doing that one too?
Yes. No, because they have that's Warner Brothers, so they have the rights to those films for the most part. Yeah, and that'd be the last in that. And I've said that about Freddy versus Jason. That's an unofficial sequel to Part 3, the Dream Warriors, because they show scenes of him dying from that film. So that tells you what they think about the franchise. You know, in my opinion, they kind of think it was up there. Some other ones I purchased from Arrow, real quick here, were some films from Nico Mastorakis and stuff like that. That's Island of Death, which I heard is really good. Nightmare at Noon with Wings Hauser. Now, he has an interesting, so I like Nico Mastorakis. I've only seen The Wind, and I really like that film. Another one with Wings Hauser, and Behind the Director's Chair, I think it is, where they talk to him about Wings Hauser. Obviously, he did not like him. He thought of him as a scumbag. He basically called him out as being a piece of shit. So, he mentioned, I think, in the filming of Nightmare at Noon, he was belligerent on set, and then he had it was a drug-fueled argument with his brother, I think, where he beat him to a pulp, in his words. So he never apologized either. He said he sent me a nasty letter and all this other stuff too. Wings Hauser, he was a different type of cat. What can you say? A great actor, but a different type of cat. I have not seen the Mod Squad just yet, but I know he kind of maybe plays himself in that film. So, you know, so. But it's all good with that. Next up, I just got these Arrow's summer sale that they had going on. These are reissues of the spaghetti westerns, so I can kind of completed the spaghetti western one. So you have Blood Money, which comes with Massacre Time from Lucio Fulci. My name is Pecos Bandidos, and God Said to Cain. God Said to Cain has Klaus Kinski in it. So, so I can't wait for that. Next one up is Blood Money, and this one has 4. So you have $10,000 Blood Money, Vengeance is Mine, Find a Place to Die, and Metallo Kill Him, aka Kill Him. So you've never seen, like, other than the Dollars trilogy, these other spaghetti westerns, they're quite good, but they're hilariously funny and violent and stuff like that. I know what's his name from Escape from New York is in a few of those.
Ben Cleef.
Yeah, he was in one I saw up there on my parents, where it's like these dudes ask him to like blow up these the dude that are at the gates of like this fortress and stuff like that. It's almost like a Western comedy. It's quite funny. So Mr. Lee Van Cleef, great actor. You know, what else can you say about it and stuff like that? So yeah. So, and I'm just diving into Westerns a bit. I've seen a few Westerns, like, that's what my stepfather watches a lot, of those old school Westerns and stuff like that too. That's what he'll watch, like the John Wayne ones, there's ones before that too. Guys, I can't think their names up real quick. Rock Hudson was in one with John Wayne. Those two sitting right next to each other. I'm like, holy shit. You know, I'm like going, yeah, it's Rock Hudson. Even Christopher George was in one with John Wayne. So it's pretty cool just kind of seeing those with them. So there's that. Next up is some at the end here of what I picked up wise. Just some quick ones I got from the Criterion sale for the through Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. $20 titles. Godzilla. This is a must. Of course, this is the OG Gojira. This is a pretty good release I heard from them and stuff like that.
Yes.
House, which I heard is a trippy Japanese horror film and stuff like that as well. Not the other House that you're thinking of, but
J horror, yeah.
Yeah, J horror. So got that one.
JT is a big fan of that one.
Right. And Sorcerer. Yeah, this is the Blu-ray. Now 4K looks different, has a kind of like a slip on. I think it's like a digi one. I have the Studio Blue of Sorcerer. Sorcerer's top 20 all-timers to me. I really like Sorcerer from William Friedkin. It's not meant for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. It's kind of a slow burn and stuff like that, but the score from Tangerine Dream is great. Roy Schreider is a bit terrific in this film. And I like the ending to this. If you're not like high anxiety like I am, dude, this will freak you out. There's a scene where they're on that bridge, which was man-made for $1 million, by the way, where that thing is tossing back and forth. We're talking about nitroglycerin. And you're like, I'm like back here in the chair. I'm like,
yeah.
It gets quite dark at the end, too. It gets really dark at the end. These are not nice people in this film. They're not nice people. They're not. They deserve to get what they get. But
yeah, I've seen a behind the scenes thing where they were talking about that scene on the bridge, and they were talking about, you know, how dangerous it was just shooting it.
Yeah, the rain and all that stuff, too, because literally they did it across that because it's done in Central America, like Mexico, I think, like around those areas and stuff like that. Very nice. And last up, yeah, this became available. I think I paid a little bit more than $20, but that's okay. That's Repulsion from Roman Polanski.
Ooh, yeah.
You separate art from the artist. This is part of the Apartment trilogy. Repulsion is great. This is the flippin' terrific film. If you've not seen this, check this out. Separate the art from the artist, please. Just do it. It's a great film.
He's a great filmmaker, man. I mean, that's fact. You know, I mean, The Tenant, Rosemary's Baby. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that was one of my releases of the year last year from Vinegar Syndrome, man. They scooped that up from Scream Factory. We'll do it. They're like, yeah, we'll take it. Yeah. But yeah, there's some quick Criterion pickups there. I really like Criterion. They're doing a good job. They're releasing A History of Violence as well. They're releasing another new David Cronenberg film as well. They're doing good stuff. And last but not least, so this finally came. I said this finally came. The Sleepaway Camps came before that, but I mean, let's just go with this stuff. So yeah, this is the Mario Bava box set. This is already probably my box set of the year, and I haven't even watched these films yet.
Right.
Some of these are bare bones for the most part and stuff like that. People shit on them for that. Like, why couldn't you get what's his name to do commentary for this like that? I get that. So this is what it comes with. So we got Black Sunday. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, a.k.a. The Evil Eye. It has both versions on it. Black Sabbath, Kill Baby Kill, Knives of the Avenger. We have $5 for an August Moon, which Darren loves to death. He says that's a very good giallo from him. Roy Colt and Winchester Jack, that's his take on the spaghetti western. You have Kidnapped, a.k.a. Rabid Dogs. 4 Times That Night. A Bay of Blood, of course. What else can you say about that? Baron Blood, which I highly rec that one. I really like Baron Blood a lot, too. And, of course, Lisa and the Devil, a.k.a. House of Exorcism. So, yeah, you get these films right here. So, a beautiful set. And, yeah. So very, very good. Yeah, so it's a nice set.
I knew that was going to be your last one. I was waiting. I was like, he's going to whip out Mario Bava at the last.
It's on par with the Friday the 13th set, in my opinion, because it came out of nowhere. I'm like, Black Sabbath, that's one of the titles from Kino Lorber. I think they still have that. The only ones that aren't in there, of course, is and I get that you can't get everything and stuff like that. Like say the Whip in the Body, I like a lot. That'd probably be Space Vampires, like all that other stuff. That's fine. I got that, of course, deluxe edition when it was under pre-order, so it came with the booklet here. So these are these people talking about the films, each one of them individually. So it shows the films that they talk about and stuff like that. So it's pretty good.
I'd like to have seen a Hatchet for the Honeymoon in there, but I do believe 88 Films has rights to it.
Yeah, I really like Hatchet for the Honeymoon. I have the Redemption release of that one, but yeah.
Did you say that Kill Baby Kill's in there or no?
Yeah, Kill Baby Kill's as part of that. Yep.
I
love Kill Baby Kill. Yeah, it's a gothic haunted ghost story. With the little girl in there being a boy, really. So but that's okay. And then
it's very unique. It's completely different than the rest of his filmography. It really is.
Yeah. And then of course I got the poster of the master and stuff like that. That's very, I know it's very dark too and stuff like that too, but basically it's him being surrounded by roses and stuff like that. And you can see the roses at the very bottom there a little bit like that. So I always like that. So it showed the beauty in the master's work. It's about time he gets the respect he deserves. So definitely, of course, Arrow released. I can see Arrow releasing these individually. They did it already with Blood and Black Lace, the UK version. That was one of my releases of the year a couple years ago. That's a great flipping release by them. So, so yeah, that's pretty much everything I picked up. I'm pretty much spent out. That's pretty much it. It was all good for that. But yeah, like I say, just you collect what you want, man. You just have fun with it. These are films that I want to do. And I've only been doing this. I've had this channel for 2 years. I've only been into this since a little bit after that pandemic and stuff like that. I'm a homebody and stuff like that. I'm an introvert, whatever the hell you want to call me and stuff like that. And I like these films. I like my anime and I like my horror, dude. I like my weird shit.
Right. Yeah. Someone asked me, it's been a couple of years back probably, and they were asking me my advice about collecting because I've been doing it for a really long time, and they were just curious what I thought about it and what I thought about double dipping and everything. And I said, well, basically the way because they see my videos where I put out so many editions like Dawn of the Dead or whatever that I have, and I just said, don't let anybody tell you or shame you about double dipping. Don't let anybody tell you how to collect. Collecting is an individual thing. Do it how you want and how it makes you happy.
Yeah.
And don't worry about what anybody else thinks about it. Each person collects in their own way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I get why these people, these fans of the Nightmare on Elm Street, you're getting that's a beautiful steelbook set. I'm kind of done with steelbooks at the moment. Like,
I didn't order it either.
Give me a nice 4K kind of set like you saw with the Baba one. Give it to in a nice box like that, and then just do that stripe thing with Freddy around there if you want. And there you go. You're pretty much good and stuff like that. Well, no, it doesn't look like it's going to be like that. It looks like it may be another side loader like the other one. That's fine. Tell you the truth, I like the franchise. 5 is one of my personal favorites because that's probably one of the first ones I saw when I was a kid. And, it has a special place in my heart. Of course, 3, I really like 3, watching that all the way through for like the first time. And probably, I don't remember watching it when I was younger. So, seeing that one was an eye opener and stuff like that. The only one I've not seen the Dream Master. I've not seen Freddy's Dead. It just seemed hokey to me at the time. I don't know, something weird about it. So, but
I'm a fan of the first 3. The first one I got that limited edition, and I have good copies of 2 and 3, and that's good enough for me. I won't get the whole collection because I don't like there's no point. I don't like the whole franchise that well. The last 2 or 3 films are just really, like you said, hokey.
Just hokey and stuff like that with the comedy stuff going in there and stuff. But but like I say, just buy what you like, and if you love it, get it. I'm that way with Superman, to tell you the truth. Like I love Man of Steel, and I'm that way. You know what I mean? It's just different. I love those grittier superhero films. All right, we'll just get in. Like I say, this isn't a long list of what I've watched in June, but there's some ones I think we did a witching hour on since Keith is here, so we'll check those out right now because I have my page up here. We will share the screen, and we'll share that there. There we go. So, like I say, a few, of course, Suspiria. Of course, I gave that 4.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. No film is perfect, but one's pretty close. This is my all-time favorite Italian horror film, all time. Right. I know it's kind of surprising. 1977, directed by Dario Argento. Do you know anything about witches? Of course, tells just what everything else is in here. Real quick, Keith, your thoughts on the film?
Oh man, I've got several editions of this too, man. Media books, limited editions, on and on. It wasn't the first one I ever seen. Like I said, the first one I seen was Phenomena. This is like the 3rd one that I've seen, but it stands by itself, man. It's got some of the style wise, you're not going to get any better. Color wise, and all that, man. It was. I don't know. You could say that Dario was ahead of his time, but it become redundant. because
Yeah.
you know he just he's seen things through a different set of glasses than everyone else. Period.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can say those yellow rose colored glasses. And here it is. I recently watched this, just cracking into find that Blu-ray set that was released a few years ago and stuff like that. I've seen this one multiple times. It's Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. I really like this film. It gets four stars and a heart and stuff like that. This is more of a giallo-like film. What's your thoughts on this one in the franchise, Keith?
I actually went to theater and seen this one with my mom in '86, I do believe. It was '85 or '86 when it came out. I was in like the beginning of 6th grade or some shit. And I went and seen it. I didn't get to see the first one at the theater at that time. I did later. But it's one that kind of it ages well. It gets better with age. It's definitely Freddy at one of his most vicious, and it's right.
Yeah,
it's
body
right
horror.
It's right before definitely body horror, and it's right before he starts making all the comments. This one's always referred to as the gay one. What people didn't realize was that the kid that plays Jesse actually was gay.
Yeah,
you know
yeah, it's queer horror as they like calling it. Yeah, Jack Shoulder denied it for years and stuff like that. Jack Shoulder's kind of a dick.
But he also made some good shit. I mean, you got Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, he made some really good shit. Yeah, Alone in the Dark is a fucking great film.
And who cares if it's the gay one? It kicks ass, and it's Freddy at one of his.
That poster is quite deceiving, but that's a badass poster. I have to admit, that's very good. That just works. Like I say, it's very good. I like it a lot. One of these days, when I watch them all, I'll do a ranking. But I tell you, this is up there to me. It's just like you say, it's just very good. And they move into that house. They move into that same house, and it's a red door. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I did that twice for some reason, so I do apologize for that. That was like a whoops. So we'll just skip the other one. Of course, The Wicker Man. This was a first time watch for you, wasn't it, Keith?
Yeah, as far as I can remember, I may have seen it as a real little kid, but I didn't remember it very well. So yeah, and I really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's a 4 out of 5 and a heart. This is part of, which I didn't know is part of the Unholy trilogy of films. I think the first one was Blood on Satan's Claw. No, Witchfinder General, Blood on Satan's Claw, and then this one. I haven't seen those other ones. I've seen this one. This was a second time watch for me. It gets 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. Christopher Lee stated this was probably one of it was his favorite film. He did this for free. He did this for free. A great cast of people. Edward Woodward, Christopher Lee, of course, Ingrid Pitt from Hammer fame. So we got Hammer royalty in here. Very pretty. And a lot of people in here. Britt Eklund as well. So yes, Willow. Yeah, it's very good. If you haven't seen this, check it out. If you like folk horror, I do, and there's a cult aspect to that, and I like that. I like films like that because it's what you don't see. Specifically, the ending. You do not see that coming if you're watching that for the first time. You do not see it coming.
Fans of Midsommar, you wouldn't have Midsommar without it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, and I love Midsommar, man. That's really cool. And yeah, this one just diving into that. Of course, The Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors and stuff. So this is the rock horror era of stuff like that. 1987. So yeah, Chuck Russell. Also, the producer is Frank Darabont, if I'm right. If you know who Darabont is, of course, The Mist, and he's done some other horror as well. Very good as well, but he's a producer in here. This is technically the end. You can call this the final chapter, really, because it brings the original cast back. Of course, you have Heather Langenkamp in here, Patricia Arquette, Robert Englund, of course, Lawrence Fishburne when he was called Larry Fishburne and stuff like that too. Rodney Eastman, who's a very good actor. Basically, yeah, it's a classic film. Specifically, that picture right there. When the chick goes against him and stuff like that, who thinks she's going to kick his butt and stuff like that, and he just goes, "Oh, what a rush!" This is where he kind of started his comedy a little bit. You have the big snake thing that looks like a penis and stuff like that. That's a great scene when he recognizes her and he goes, "You." And your thoughts on the film, Keith?
I also seen this one at the theater, like the next year or two after the second one, and Yeah, I like this one from the very beginning. It's the first one that starts going back a little bit more to the other side of his he goes back and you actually talk to where he came from. He's like
The nun. Yeah, the sister.
Bastard son of 100 maniacs, and you find out that he was a child of assault from a whole ward full of criminally insane. So yeah, it's good, and it's a nice send off for John Saxon and Heather Langenkamp. Of course, she would come back later on in Freddy's New Nightmare.
New Nightmare, yeah, which is a very sadistic Freddy in that one too. The Blu-ray for this one, part of that said, is a good transfer. Warner Brothers know what they're doing with this. Of course, this is New Line's mascot. Make no mistake. But it's
probably the most famous of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. This is probably the most famous. This is probably most people's number one. My number one.
Yeah, most people number one. Like I said, I'll give I really do like it a lot. It's one of the more rewatchable ones, to tell you the truth. It actually is. It's probably the most rewatchable next to the first. For what you get and stuff like that, the whole 80s aesthetic and stuff like that too. Even the nerd that's becomes the wizard and stuff like that. Again, these pictures are so good. These covers are so good, but that's not what they look like. That looks like a novel. You know what I mean? Like, I call them paperbacks from hell. That's what that looks like. That's an iconic cover. Dawkins probably used that for one of their albums. So, great music video, by the way, from them.
Yeah. Plus we got to get introduced to Patricia Arquette here too. So
yes, yeah, Patricia Arquette, yeah, absolutely. Cool characters and stuff like that too. Just very good. Like pretty sadistic kills in that one too. When the one, because each one of these people have their own problems. Like the one dude that sleepwalks, whoops, that does the puppets and stuff like that, and whatever like that. Then we go to my probably worst film of the year. This is Marshmallow. This film is garbage. I do not like it.
I haven't heard of this one yet.
It's a different take on a slasher. I'm just going to say this real quick. It's way too Stranger Things for my taste. Way too Stranger Things in my taste. I know they do this for a reason. Ben Grimm liked it a little bit more than I did. I get it. It's not meant for everybody. Maybe it's because I'm not the biggest fan of Stranger Things, but basically, it is secluded summer camp. Timid and introverted 12-year-old Morgan is thrust into a waking nightmare when once fabled campfire tale becomes real. Yeah, so it kind of starts out okay. It's kind of funny wise.
Right.
Hell of a Summer is better than this one. That's a better take on a camp slasher. This is not. I don't know sorry. It just doesn't work for me. It was probably meant for a different demographic of people, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Right.
And then last but not least, this one that we all watched a few days ago, of course, and that's Orphan. I was pleasantly surprised with this. This is a great franchise, man. I love it a lot. So that's 4 stars and a heart and stuff like that too. It's very good. Directed by 2009. So that was at the end of the 2010s when films were actually filmed. You know what I mean? They didn't have political statements stuck down your goddamn throat. Stars a very pretty Miss Vera Farmiga, who still looks gorgeous. Peter Sarsgaard, and Isabel Furman and what have you like that. CCH Ponder, so it's a very good film. Killer Kid, I love evil children and stuff like that, but there's something more to her than meets the eye. This is based off a true story, but 4 stars and a heart, and highly recommend this film. Your thoughts on this one, Keith?
Yeah, this is actually the last one of its kind that actually did that. You know what I mean? You had The Good Son. Of course, you had the ones throughout the 60s and the 70s, Double Times 5. In the 80s, you had Monkey and a bunch of those. This is probably the last
Birthday.
One. Yeah, it's probably the last one of its kind that I know of anyway. And the sequels, or it's actually the prequel, to me is even better.
Yeah, it's very good. It's definitely it's different. Yeah. So that's very good. But that's just a quick what I watched in it says and then it goes into July and stuff like that as well. So but that's basically what we got here. That may be July, actually. If that's the case, let's go down here. If I haven't mentioned this I have not, so let's go ahead and start. So a little bit longer here. We'll keep it going. So I'll start up with this one right here. The Forest, 1982. So I got rid of July pretty quickly. So let's go for June here, actually, like I said I was going to do. The Forest, this gets two out of 5 stars and a heart. This is a slasher gem to me, 1982. So it's an interesting one here. Scorpion released this one, I believe. I have it. I have this release and stuff like that. Yeah, Dean Russell, Gary Kent, Tommy Barrett, John Battis, and stuff like that. What's your thoughts on this one, Keith?
I actually had the Screen Factory of this. I got this with the slip for like $14, like 6
nice.
Months. And yeah, and you know, and it was brand new. I seen this many years ago. I love the
Ghost Children. Yeah, Ghost Children.
I cannot remember her name, but at the end, you know, the twist at the end when you got it, she does such a good job with the different voices and shit. This is chilling. I probably give it more than, you know, most people will give it, you know, it's an okay type thing. But I don't know. I give it a 3 out of 5 probably. You know what I mean?
The special features on the one I have, like talking to the director, which is an archival interview and stuff like that. You know, shoestring budget. You want to do this? Yeah, sure. Getting these people to do this with you and stuff like that too. Talking to the actor that played the killer dad basically in this one. It's pretty good. Like I said, I like it quite a bit. Yeah, that's The Forest. Like I said, it was a slasher Saturday. I remember doing that and stuff like that too. More slasher Saturdays I do. I'm going to try to do bigger deep dives on that. You know, maybe that'll get just kind of more views because I want to give you more than that, of course. This one, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. So this was a first time watch for me. This gets 4 stars out of 5 and a heart. This is a totally different movie than the first one. You don't get Terrifier without this film. You don't get, like I said, my comments on the film, you don't get Devil's Rejects. You just don't get Rob Zombie doing films without this film right here, in my opinion. Of course, you know, directed by the great Tobe Hooper. Radio host is victimized by a cannibal family as a former Texas Marshal hunts them. That's played, of course, by the late great Dennis Hopper and stuff like that as well. Yeah, Dennis Hopper, Caroline Williams, Bill Johnson, rest in peace to him. Jim Seidel, Bill Moseley. I mean, dude, what a cast.
It's
one of my favorite Leatherfaces, to tell you the truth, dude. He is great as that part. Your thoughts on the film, Keith? Go ahead.
It's so smart, the direction.
It's very intelligent.
Knew he couldn't go that same way as he went in 1974 with the original one. He knew he couldn't do that. So he made a smart adjustment, brought in probably the smartest idea that he could possibly come up with, was hiring him to play the mean Chop Top, which started off his whole career. Basically, it kicked the whole thing off. This film is one of the reasons why, after I do my Fulci documentary, I'm probably going to do Tobe Hooper, because he's so underrated. I don't see how somebody who came up with Chainsaw Massacre and came up with this one that everybody loves so much could be so underrated as well.
This is a canon film too.
Could be so underrated, but he is. And I just really want to talk about his film, the film aspect of his career, rather than the him aspect in the biography.
Yeah, definitely. It's going specifically the ending when she was told to dance. Carolina was told to dance. Take the chainsaw, just dance around. She does it, and it's so good. I was like, going, oh. That did it definitely. Yeah, this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Highly rewatchable. Another one that I had a fun time with, this is Slaughterhouse from 1987. 3 stars and a heart. Dude, this is a great one, dude.
It is.
I mean, it's faced with the town lawyer, the sheriff, and a rival slaughterhouse owner trying to purchase his land, Lester Bacon decides to take matters into his own hands. This dude isn't that big in real life. They put him on like pieces of wood or something like that to make him seem bigger and stuff like that. He snorts like a pig and stuff like that. And one of the most unique killing weapons I've seen in a slasher. That cleaver is flipping badass. This is Buddy is going hog wild for this as well. This was under another name too. I forget about it. They did radio spots for this, where the actor that played him goes on there and actually acts like his character to rep the film. This is a fun one. I like it a lot. What's your thoughts on it, Keith?
This is one of the early. This is one of the. This is like 87 or 88, something like that.
Yeah.
And I had the vinegar syndrome slip of it that slides together like
yeah,
this.
It slides together like it's like a closing freezer door or whatever.
Fun. Everything you can think of a 80s slasher, late 80s slasher being, this is probably the top of that line. I would say you're not going to get a better late 80s slasher than Slaughterhouse as far as a good time.
Oh, the last few sequences of this film are terrific. And don't give me happy endings, and this film doesn't have a happy ending. And the ending sequence song is flipping great. It almost sounds like it's Primus, but I mean, it's really good. If you haven't checked this one out, this is on Tubi. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. It's way ahead of its time, in my opinion. Maybe it's because I'm getting older and stuff like that too. It's like, just don't know. This was part of the MVD stream I did with Mega Mike the Movie Man on his boutique battle tournament. And one of those was MVD Rewind going against Warner Archive. That was okay. We didn't do so hot. I knew Warner Archive was going to win, but this was one of the ones I picked up from MVD Rewind Monday morning. So this is like an after-school special that's for adults. Bobby, a newcomer to the school, begins a relationship with Noreen, a popular girl. Noreen's brother is displeased by his romance and brings a gun to school in order to scare Bobby. Noel Blake is in here. Julian McNamara is in here. You'll recognize her when you see her. Brendan Hooper, Carl, just these people. Don Murphy. If you don't know who Don Murphy is, he was part of Double Dragon. He's been a producer in films like Natural Born Killers. He has a huge career. Huge filmography. It's also called, of course, Class of Fear. This was a VHS film. It's quite funny. It really is. I do like it a lot. It gets 3 stars out of 5 in a heart. I was impressed. I didn't think I'd be impressed by films like this. It's just something different. And it's 1992. So it's like, hey, why not? This was like his first film, I think.
Cool.
But yeah, just go with it with like blinders off and stuff like that, and you should be good. Of course, this one, at close range, I've seen this film before. Shit. What can you say about this? 1986. This is based off a true story. Sean Penn, his late brother, Chris Penn, of course, Christopher Walken, in one of his best performances, if not his best performance I've ever seen him in. This is like backwoods gangster mob stuff. Basically, the whole score to this film is Madonna's song, really, which can bring a man to tears at the end. It's very good. It's very dark. Sean Penn, Christopher Walken, Mary Stuart Masterson.
Yes.
Chris Penn, Millie Perkins, Elin Ryan, Tracy Walter, David Stratham, J.C. Quinn, Candy Clark. Yeah, it's Kiefer Sutherland, of course, is in here. Crispin Glover, who's a sick son of a bitch in this. What a trip that is. This is a very good dark film. It could be ranked so my overall score is probably a 9 out of 10. I really like this film. What's your thoughts on it, Keith?
Oh yeah, it's really good. I remember seeing it when it first came on I think it was HBO back in the day. And this was when Madonna and Sean Penn were married. And and this is probably my favorite Christopher Walken role, man. It's probably this is him. If you picture Christopher Walken in the perfect villain role, you're not gonna get any better than this, man, because he is a cold son of a bitch in this, man.
Sean Penn is a great actor too. This is probably one of his best roles too. I really like him in Colors, but this one is so good. That one scene in the car with his girlfriend after the shootout happens, and you just see him getting out, just his shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's so He's like, oh, I forgot to feed the dog. Bang, and just the scene where he's out there in the swamp. He says, I'm not going to tell anybody, blah, 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 and stuff like that. He just turns to him and he just goes, you can't beat it. All-time very good film and stuff like that.
Christopher Walken takes his youngest son out there, played, of course, by Christopher Penn, when he was thin and young. And
Dad?
He's like, Dad?
He goes, liar!
You could tell that right there showed that Christopher Penn had some good skills going on early too, because he looks fucking terrified and hurt all at the same time,
Yeah, he picks him up at the carnival.
Yeah,
yeah,
trust him. And basically, what Christopher Walken is doing is shutting everyone up, including his kids. You know, it's cold as fuck. He's cold.
Yeah, because they're gonna like rat on him. He thinks. Another one. This is from 1988. This is probably my favorite Michael J. Fox film. This is probably his best. That's Bright Lights, Big City, 1988, directed by James Bridges. This was also released by MVD Rewind. I was pleasantly surprised about this film. It's based off it's directed by basically the author of a book that he wrote called this. So it's going through his life a little bit when he goes to New York. Yeah. Disillusioned young writer living in New York City turns to drugs and drinking to block out the memories of his dead mother and estranged wife, who's played by Phoebe Cates. Wow. So he does cocaine. He drinks. He does cocaine. Kiefer Sutherland is his best friend who urges him to do this. I think this is the only time I've seen him do drugs in any film. He seemed too goody two-shoes for my taste. Of course, there's Casualties of War, which he's in. Of course, there's the part that he played in Class of 1984. Of course, but then you have this one too. It's very good.
Light of Day is a good one with him in it too. Him and Joan Jett.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Light of Day. Yep, that's a good one too.
That's a canon film too. Yeah. Like a lot of lost films and stuff like that too. This is very good. Yeah, it's like also Susie Kurtz, I think that's her name. You'd recognize her if you saw her. Is basically Kiefer Sutherland's sister. And all this other stuff too. I do like the ending a lot and stuff like that. He does great acting in here. He always has. God bless Michael J. Fox, man. I tell you. Great dude, great actor.
I seen that right after first come out, or I'm not sure if I ever finished it, but I don't remember how this movie goes or how it ends. So I might have to check it out.
Yeah, it goes to the club scene back in the 80s, the early 80s and stuff like that. These are all boomers going out to the big bad world. And this is New York, filmed in New York. I like it a lot. It's very, very good. So and I don't watch a lot of these. You know, I remember Secret to My Success. I love that film a lot. That's probably one of my favorite roles from him as well. But it's Michael J. Fox, right? Coming from, Family Ties and doing all this stuff too. So,
well, a lot of people didn't give him the credit that he deserved as far as drama and making films go. As a matter of fact, it's well known that Sean Penn gave him a hell of a rough time in the making of Casualties of War because he didn't respect him. He kept calling him TV actor. And by the time it was all said and done, Sean Penn had apologized to him and gave him his props.
So it's a trip. Next up is Witch Trap, not to be confused with Witchboard, and it's not a sequel to Witchboard either, even though it's directed by Kevin Tenney. Who's Kevin Tenney? He directed a little film called Night of the Demons. And all this other stuff too. So this was released by MVD Rewind as well. So it's pretty good. A group of basically psychologists or whatever you want to call them, as well as a skeptical cop who cusses. It plays like it's a full moon feature. It almost looks like this was directed by Charles Band. So basically, it's this like a cultish leader does the ceremony and dies, and this house is haunted and stuff like that. It's a paranormal slasher, so I'll leave it at kind of that. James W. Quinn, Kathleen Bailey, Judy Tatum, Rob Zappa's in here. I know Rob Zappa, he's quite funny. Jack W. Thompson, Linnea Quigley is in here. Of course she is. She has a great death in the shower. And Virginia Miller. So this is a good one. Have you seen this film yet, Keith?
Yeah, this actually has the guy that played Malfader in Witchboard.
Yeah, in Witchboard. Yeah, it's the same guy who played him. Yeah.
Here's the Vinegar Syndrome edition of it.
Yeah, the Vinegar Syndrome one. Yeah, and then that was still available in one of their last major sales that they had going on. They still had like a little bit. It's like Cutting Class. Cutting Class went to MVD as well, and
he was talking about it, and I had it right here, so I figured, it's got the raised up letters and everything. This list's been out of print for a long time.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, like I said, it's like if you kind of had some of these, you would have like more of the classic ones. Clown in the Cornfield. This was available on Shudder. This is based off the book by Adam Caesar, so it's pretty good. I like it. Quinn and her father have just moved to the quiet town of Kettle Springs, hoping for a fresh start. Instead, she discovers the fractured community that has fallen on hard times after a treasured Bay Pen corn syrup factory burned down. That's basically how the book goes. Of course, this is different from the book. It's a fun time. It has Katie Douglas in it, Aaron Abrams, Carson McCormack, Vincent Mueller, David Durand. One of them, I'd have to, let's see if I can find him. Yeah, Mayor Arthur Hill. So Kevin Durand, you would recognize him. He was in Abigail. He's the big dude in that. Great actor. He makes this film for what it is. It's okay. It gets 2 out of 5 stars and a heart. There's fun kills in here and stuff like that too. It's very it's a teen slasher. It's a modern teen slasher basically. Have you seen this film, Keith, or heard about it?
No. Well, yeah. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it yet. I've been intending to. I just haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I'd reckon it's a good one. A film that surprised me, to tell you the truth. It's up there for one of my horrors of the year, to tell you the truth. Final Destination: Bloodlines. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but it's quite good. It's quite funny. Of course, it's unfortunately his last film that he was in, or one of the last ones. Of course, the very late great Tony Todd, may he long rest in peace. But
you could tell he was sick in it too. You could see he was a lot thinner. Yeah, it's sad.
And he kind of states that in the film too. It says, "Well, it looks like death finally found me as well." Played by violent recurring nightmare college student, Stephanie heads home to track down the one person who might be able to break the cycle and save her family from a grisly demise. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars and a heart. The opening is actually quite good. It's hilarious. That's probably why I like it so much. It's just fun. It's fun. There's a bratty little effing kid in here and stuff like that. Gets killed by a piano. Spoiler. I call it the Killer Penny film, because there's a penny. It starts out basically says you better flick that penny into the fountain, or like a bad luck or something like that too. That thing is throughout the whole film. There's creative kills in here that I like a lot. There's 2 actors that play brothers. They steal the show in this film. I do like it a lot. People think the ending is kind of corny. I like it. It's a fun Final Destination. It's how they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Right. And it's a fun, fast-paced film, in my opinion. I didn't feel bored whatsoever. So yeah, it gets a 3 out of 5 stars, and I like it a lot. It's up there for my horror of the year. So I do like it quite a bit. Yeah, I was surprised. I'm shocked. I do like the Final Destination franchise. I do.
Yeah. It's exactly what it should be. Yeah, the thing I like about the franchise is it knows what it is, and that's all it cares about being.
Yeah, of course. Then, of course, one that I've watched before, of course, that's Mad Men, 1981. Also, an all-time classic, highly, highly rewatchable. 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. One of the more trippier lovemaking scenes in a hot tub that you'll ever see. It's actually quite funny. Stars Galen Ross, Tony Fish, Harriet Bass, Seth Jones, Jan Claire, good actors and actresses and stuff like that. This is an all-time slasher. This is top tier slasher in my opinion. This actor right here, who plays Madman Mars. His wife was pregnant, so he went to see his, I think, young son being born and stuff like that. So you see him holding his baby with the prosthetic makeup on and like the fake blood and stuff like that on there and stuff like that too. How about that? So it's a very good film. It's a good killer film and stuff like that. The kills are very creative and stuff. Go ahead, Keith, talk about it.
Unfortunately, it was made at a time where Friday the 13th Part 2 and Sleepaway Camp
Burning
and The Burning kind of overshadowed it, unfortunately. But
yeah, because The Burning and this were done at the same time. I think this was originally supposed to be called The Burning. Am I wrong? Or
I'm not too sure about that, but
because I know the premise was still the premise to these films are quite similar.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, but.
It got overshadowed for many years, and but it's found new life in the last 20, 30, 35 years, and it actually has a theme devoted to Madman Mars. You know what I mean? It specifically
the theme is terrific.
Yeah. There's actually words to it. There's actually words to that song. Like beginning part, the theme would be like ding, 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 ding. The end of that says, it goes from Madman Mars.
Oh, that's right. They do.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
I
got
got
the Vinegar Syndrome release. That's a great release from Vinegar Syndrome. Arrow did a great release. It's loaded with special features. It's definitely an all-timer. Yeah, but that's Madman. I'm happy I have it. And yeah, it's an all-timer, definitely. And I do like the ending a lot too. So just don't get that. Yeah. One that's on Tubi. This is a documentary series on horror. That's called Nightmares in Red, White, and Blue. This is very good. So this was done in 2009. This is narrated by Lance Hendrickson. So yeah, an exploration of the appeal of horror films with interviews of many legendary directors in the genre. So this starts out with the horror of the 20s and of the 1920s and before that. He talks about the first horror technically film you can kind of say that, which is kind of like a stage play called Frankenstein. I believe that's what it was. So yeah, that was the first. I believe it is. You have Phantom of the Opera, goes through Phantom of the Opera, Lon Chaney, talking about Lon Chaney. If you're a horror fan, I recommend it. Definitely check it out. Talking to George Romero, saying before September 11th, he was passing out scripts to this film, and nobody took it, and it's crazy. It's a great, and it goes through horror through the years up to that point. It talks about the films of the 70s all the way up to the films of the early 2000s. 3 stars out of 5 and a heart. It's one of the better horror documentaries out there.
Definitely, yeah. It's a Starz original, I do believe, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, there was a DVD or Blu-ray that's way out of print of this. It's extremely hard to find. If you like horror docs, which I do, I think it's a guilty pleasure to watch them. You know what I mean? Like Crystal Lake Memories, Never Sleep Again, stuff like that. So
Be in Search of Darkness. There's also another one. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember. I will find it on.
I do have one from that Anchor Bay released called His Name Was Jason. That was done before Crystal Lake Memories. And talking to some people about that film franchise and stuff like that. There's stuff on Hammer Films and stuff like that you can find on Amazon has one like History of Hammer, because they did it in segments where like Christopher Lee would host it, Oliver Reed would host it. A lot of those Scream Factory releases of Hammer Films have those episodes on there too. So, but yeah, this is a good one. Definitely check this out. This is on Tubi, I believe. Just type in horror docs, they'll pop up.
Since you like horror documentaries, there's a good one on. It was made several years ago, and it highlights 3 or 4 different filmmakers. It's called American Nightmares. I'll send you the link so you can check it out.
Oh, nice, very nice. I've heard of that one, I believe. Very good. Last but not least, of course, on here, that is City of the Living Dead. Of course, part of the the trilogy of films that the late great Lucio Fulci did, and stuff. I had that release from Arrow from last year, I believe it was, and stuff like that. The Arrow UK release of this one. Of course, it's part of the Gates of Hell trilogy and stuff. And it's very good. It stars the late great Christopher George, Katerina McCall, who's very pretty. Underrated final girl, really, if you can tell it like that. It's very good. You can almost call her like a Karen Black type of character.
Fulci loved her.
Yeah. Carlo DiMaggio, Giovanni Lombardo Reyes. If you don't know who Giovanni is, Cannibal Ferox, Tenebrae, House at the Edge of the Park. Robert Sampson, Luciano. Yeah, if you know these characters, 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. What's your thoughts on the film, kid?
Oh man, for years, House by the Cemetery was always my favorite of the trilogy. Well, kind of a loose trilogy, basically a really loose trilogy, but it's still a trilogy. But the last few years, man, City of the Living Dead has really been catching up to it and growing on me.
Creeping up there and stuff like that. The Beyond will always be in my number 1 Fulci and stuff like that. Yeah. House by the Cemetery, Like, I do like it. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's so batshit crazy of a film.
It's usually Bob that people have a problem with. Mama.
It's true. Well, no, just the fact of like you have two parents that are going to see. That's the conversation for another time. They're going to the realtor and stuff like that, and they leave their little kid in the car. That's cute. Like, hey, come out and play, Bob. Like, who are you?
On my Fulci documentary that I'll be out with next month, I'll be diving deep into City of the Living Dead. So yeah, I've definitely been laser focused on all Fulci lately. So yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, great stuff. That's basically what I watched in the last month and last 2 months there. So at least I got that out of the way. Showed off this plethora of goodies that I have. And this just proves like, I don't do all videos. I'm not a blue tuber like that. I don't do that. I don't like calling it that. You know what I mean? It seems to be like in bad taste. That's why I rename it to Calm the Hell Down, because dude, you got all that shit. Calm the hell down. Anyway, Keith, what's going on your other channels, my friend?
Oh man, this my particular Agoraphobe channel next month will be as soon as I get a couple more creators. A few little line, a couple minutes worth of commentary in from a couple more people.
I'll be one of those. That is coming,
including you. I will have my Lucio Fulci documentary out next month. And like I said before, it's not a biography on Fulci. This focuses in on his films and deep dives into his films and his filmmaking process and stuff like that. It's not a biography. It's going to be something completely different. Other than that, I'm also working and doing content now for another one, a new channel called Mnet, which is music network basically, where it's all
link in the info bar. Check them out, people. Yeah.
Basically, and we're getting ready to come out with our next video, which I should be editing this next one, and it will be this next one will be on Led Zeppelin. So definitely check that out. It's about all retro hard rock and heavy metal, man.
I'm also working on Black Gloves podcast and stuff like that. I've been talking to Darren like that. I have this thing all set up on Spotify. I may do my first episode of that podcast in the next few days and stuff like that. So expect that. See how that works out and stuff like that. Just having fun with that. Just talking the shit and stuff. Talking slasher, giallo. Expect future content on my channel. Expect more reviews on giallo, of course. Slasher Saturday. It'll be a big Slasher Saturday of the film that I'm doing. You probably maybe think I'll know what it is. It's probably that. For what one of the comments of the mayor gave on my thing for a Madman. So expect that, and just expect future contents from the one in the black gloves. And I'd like to thank everybody who stopped by tonight. Congratulations to Corey for getting up to 500. Congratulations to Dirk and Darren for reaching 500 on their channel. Very good. Thank you all who've subscribed to my little channel. I really do appreciate that and stuff like that. I hope you like my videos and stuff. If you have any other things you'd like me to do on this channel, put some comments in the in the comments section. I'm always up to new ideas and stuff like that. As long as that has to do with slashers and giallo, the Black Glove ones is all good. Follow Keith; he's doing great stuff on both his channels over there. Definitely check that out. We're all metalheads here and whatever like that. And you all have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of this remaining weekend and enjoy the week. I am Chris C. I am Black Glove Reviews. He is Gorephobe. You are not. And he is also the Mnet King of Metal, and you are not. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Rest in peace, Hogan. As my man Pug says, see you fuckers in Disneyland. You awesome people. Take care. Ladies, don't go out in the neon nights because the Black Glove one is out there. See y'all.